according to the book of Proverbs in the Bible, wine is a mocker, and according to Vauxhall, a car is also a mocker, although this is M-O-K-K-A, and wine is a mocker in the Bible is M-O-C-K-E-R. Although that roofline has a slight hint of red wine about it, doesn't it? Or is this just a tenuous link now? Now, we know some people have to buy cars brand new. You wouldn't be able to get second-hand ones without them doing so. And yet to buy this car brand new, you would have to pay around £30,000. But this car is for sale, as of us filming this, for £19,599. And we reckon a £10,000 saving for 10,000 miles is a pretty good deal. So, what do you get for the same price as a brand new Volkswagen Polo? Well, first off, it is miles ahead of the other small Vauxhall SUV you can buy, the Crossland, which we reviewed a while back and is a little ungainly. It also offers decent turbocharged petrol engines, with this one here being the more powerful 130 horsepower 1.2, as well as a pretty impressive fully electric version with a claimed maximum range of just over 200 miles, or 252 miles with the most recent battery upgrade. Plus, it's based on a more modern set of underpinnings, which it shares with other brands in the huge Stellantis conglomerate, including the Peugeot 2008, Jeep Avenger and Alfa Romeo Junior. I almost forgot about that one. The problem with the Vauxhall Mokka is that almost every other manufacturer offers a rival. Yes, that's right. This is where we tell you that the Ford Puma is one of the best, if not the best, of this type of car, and indeed the best selling. I'm going to get in the car now and show you the interior. And it really does help the Mokka to stand out. We've got two screens here, one for the driver and one for the main touch screen, which is much more high-tech looking than most of its rivals. And if you're really lucky and you find the right trim level for this, we've got this dash of red here, which livens up the whole shebang. It is worth noting that these screens are smaller on lower trim levels, which does take the high-tech vibe down a notch. Not only that, it is a bit scattergun in terms of the approach to the design in here. And if you look hard enough, well, actually, I don't need to look hard at all. There's quite a lot of hard, scratchy plastics. And if you look down here, these dials have been taken from models that have dual zone climate control. The Mokka does not. So you can argue with your passenger. See, look, I would like 24. No, I would like 21. No, I want 24. No, I want 21, because they both adjust the temperature. But despite the absence of fancy climate control, most Mokkas are at least generously spec'd. All versions get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, most get built-in sat-nav, parking sensors and a reversing camera. And this GS adds heated seats and adaptive cruise control to the mix. Go mad and find a top-spec ultimate trim car and you get all sorts of goodies, including massaging seats, self-parking assistance and clever matrix LED headlights. What you don't get is an awful lot of space. The windscreen is quite narrow, the A-pillars are quite thick, and, well, the roofline's quite low and the doors are quite high. So, yeah, visibility isn't particularly brilliant. However, what Vauxhall has done is created this dashboard to make you feel rather cocooned and cosy than claustrophobic. Practicality-wise, there's a little bit of storage, but it doesn't have it in abundance. There are fairly small door bins and a little bit of storage here and a woefully inadequate glove box, but it fits the banana in. You'll find the same sort of space issues back here. It is a little bit cramped. I'm 5'4.5". I have enough legroom sitting behind my driving position and headroom is all right, but it will be a little bit squishy for someone who's 6 foot, and it's quite dark back here. So not a completely pleasant place to be. And if you do have child seats that you need to fit, great news, there's Isofix. Bad news, there's not much space for them. And the doors don't really open that wide. I wonder if that means we get good boot space, considering it's so cramped in the back here. Nope. With 350 litres of space, this is one of the smallest boots in its class. And if you happen to have gone for the electric Mokka, you can lose another 40 litres. And you've got to put your charging cables in here as well. On first impressions, the sporty driving position and well-weighted steering do offer some good vibes, and it is better to drive than the Vauxhall Grandland, but that is no surprise. We were expecting that, really. if you do want a car that is more enjoyable to drive on twisty country roads and doesn't lean as much as this car has a tendency to do through the corners, you've guessed it, you're going to want a Ford Puma. This Mokka's spirited little 1.2 130 horsepower petrol engine is pretty decent though. It gives you plenty of performance with 0 to 60 coming in at around 9 seconds. That drops to 10.6 in the 100 horsepower version, though the electric models are the quickest off the line but don't feel as fast on motorways. Talking of motorways, it's worth stretching to the 130 horsepower if you can, because the 100 horsepower doesn't get better fuel economy and feels a tad breathless on the motorway. In fact, they both get around 50 miles per gallon. At higher cruising speeds, the Mokka delivers a settled and comfortable ride too. It's just a shame that it's much more fidgety on country roads or around town, which is where most examples will likely spend a lot of time. So let's sum up then. What is the Mokka like? Well, it is good looking, good value, and that 1.2 engine is a peppy little engine that delivers decent fuel economy. But if you want more interior space and more driving fun, then you'll need to look elsewhere.